Hey, and welcome to this week's Q&A video. I'm Katie Jones, and this week's question comes from Kim, and she asks, hi Katie, my question is, what's the best way to succeed in year 10? But stick with me, even if your teen is not in year 10, as it feels like an in-between kind of year. And I can completely understand that. They're not quite in those senior years or those ATAR years, year 11 and 12 yet, but they're above those middle years in school. Now, the bit of advice or the pointers that I'm going to share with you still absolutely apply to your teen, whether they are not yet in year 10 or they are beyond year 10, they are already in year 11 and 12, so stay tuned. The first thing I want to say is that this is a fantastic time for students to build their skills. Now, I need to invent a better term than study skills, because let me tell you, anytime a student hears the word study skills, they groan. And to be honest, actually, so do the teachers. So we need to come up with something better than the word study skills. So not study skills, but skills in terms of the application of all of the learning and knowledge that they have been doing. So what does that look like? It will be the 6 elements of exam technique. For example, one of those is identifying command words and knowing at what levels they need to respond to those command words. That is a huge skill to develop. Understanding mark schemes and therefore how to give the most succinct response that still gets them every mark that they're capable of. How to take effective and efficient notes, how to revise strategically, and how to plan their revision in a, what I call and what I teach is the reverse engineered revision planning system. So they actually reverse engineer it and they do it by outcome, not by time. There's another skill, time management, being able to independently chunk down big tasks, whether it's an essay, an assignment, a research report, an inquiry, chunk those down, make them manageable for themselves and manage that time. I teach the throw out the to-do list system in Catapult 2 in the 10-week grade transformation program. So many students become overwhelmed, and this is a great time to do this, not just overwhelmed with certain, specific assignments or tasks, but timing wise, fantastic before they go into 11 and 12, and they are going to see that increase in that workload and the level of independence that's required with it. So another top tip is for students in year 10 and really also year 11, any scaffolding that they are given, they want to keep hold of that, save it, file it, because very often as they go up, that level of scaffolding will reduce. So the level of support or guidance on how to lay out or structure a response will reduce. And that means that whether they make this explicit or not, very often schools and teachers will use year 10 and sometimes year 11 as a bit of a dry run. So while they can give all of that scaffolding and that advice and that guidance, absolutely keep hold of those. Now, would I be keeping ones from year 8 or 9? No, because they're not going to be a high enough level. Year 10 and year 11, absolutely. Be keeping hold of those and be logging them ready to use when your teen has something to do independently later on. Does that mean that if your teen is in year 11 or year 12 already, that it is too late to get these skills and put them in place? Absolutely not. It is never too late, and every little helps. That's kind of like my mantra. Any skill can have a huge payoff. I could talk about small hinges moving big doors. A small skill, what seems like a small thing, can absolutely catapult students' results and of course therefore their confidence as well. Whether that's going into an exam, whether that's how to tackle an essay. Does that also mean that students shouldn't be learning this in year 9? Absolutely not. It's not too early to start in year 9. I really say that these skills come in from year 9 and really carry through, and they want to be honing them right through to year 12. But they can absolutely start it in year 9 and continue to build those as well. But overall, if we're going to look at year 10 as this in-between kind of year, then that is a perfect time to be thinking about putting in place these skills, practicing them, honing them so that they are ready to perform in years 11 and 12. So I hope that helps, Linda. And any questions that anyone may have over the next, we only have 2 weeks left of Q&A, then please send them through support@rocksolidstudy.com. And if you likewise want to ask me any question about where your teen is at in terms of getting these skills or in their education phases, then please feel free to drop me a line about that as well, because I will be incorporating those sorts of things into future events, webinars, and groups that I run. So until next week, have a fantastic week. Keep your questions coming, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.